Let's see how this goes. I have pretty sure all the things that I need to start today. Have a drink. Have the things. Have my brushes and paints. Even have a pencil. All right. Well, looks like I am probably about as good to go as I'm ever gonna get. So, hey there. Hi there. Greetings, welcome, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good Lord, we're streaming again. And today, we art. Right here, I've got my drink. Nice, delightful, homemade mixed fruit cider, hard cider that mellowed out a lot. It was sweetened with very spicy honey, and the spice has all but disappeared now. So cool, 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 cool. But yeah. So I've got some little guys here to paint. That get added to jewelry or something at some point. Yeah. But I've also got a couple of little canvases over there. My sister did tell me that I should probably paint something like an amethyst geode or a geode of some sort. So I'll go ahead and, while I'm thinking about it, search for. Because I have the feeling that I'm probably going to end up needing to do a little bit of glitter in there. That's going to be interesting. Because, like, yeah. Wouldn't those be nice to see? Especially something like that guy. Be kind of interesting. So there's a part of me that's going to look up how to paint geodes and make it look nifty, but mm, probably, hopefully, without doing something like pour painting, because God knows that is not what I want to do with my life. But it does do things that are very nice. Mm. So, yeah, I'll have to look into it and see what I can do. Go the hard way. Go a little abstract about it. So, got a little bit of words, you know, reference. That's the word I'm looking for. So, yeah, got a little reference, but I'm going to start out with some easy stuff first, some of the stuff that I already know what I'm going to paint it. So, got a couple of little ghosties right here and a couple of little cauldrons. So, I probably should come in here with a little metallic black. Yes, of course. Why not some metallic white as well? It's not going to hurt anything, right? Got a lot of metallic white, apparently. Good job, me. And that'll just be for these two guys. White and little cauldrons. And then once that dries up a little bit, I'll see where things stand and do a little bit further painting from there. But start simple. Let's start with a little bit of black, a little bit of white. Ease ourselves into this process. Especially since I don't know how I'm going to hold these, and it's probably going to get my fingers all disgustingly covered with paint. So, whoever's joining me today, I hope you're having a good one. I have been super exhausted. The heat is not doing me any favors. But you know, we make it work. We'll make do. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right? Yeah. I wonder if. Well, hello. Long time no see. Sorry that I am in and out of being here, but you know, welcome to joining me for today, and hopefully I can get myself back in a routine of some sort. I hope you're having a good one. Hope you're working on something interesting. Light colors to dark colors, right? Or dark colors to light colors. Do, 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 do. Well, I appreciate you stopping through. We're going to start with this little guy. Look at his little face if you can see it. You can't see a single thing while this light is going. There we go. Look at that face. Oh. So we'll go through and let's start with the bottom. Oh man. Well, crochet is one of my favorite hobbies. Sorry you're not here on a crochet day. Because then you could hear me struggle to count. Uh, because you think you know math all the way up until you start crocheting, and then you go, wait a second, what number comes after 17? Where was I again? And it's awful. Absolutely awful. Well, yeah, no, it's something that happens to the majority of folks when they crochet, so don't feel bad. Hmm. You ever think that maybe you should pay more money for your materials? Oh, oh, that's rough. I'm so sorry. The good thing about a blanket is, 9 times out of 10, it will be fine in the end. You can sort of catch it and everything, and it'll just be like, yeah, 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 yeah. I meant to do the whole thing that way. Okay. You know what? Here, I'm gonna shift you to there. Is that easier to see? Maybe. Yeah. I think there's at least one project on one of my hooks that's pattern of single crochet and half double and double or something like that, and I have regrets about it, but not major regrets, just a few regrets. Okay, that's gonna have to dry. There's no way that that's gonna get covered in one coat. So you get shifted over just a smidge, and you can. Oh wait, no, I gotta paint the butt first. So you know, is what it is. Everybody at least you haven't done the thing that is the bane of every crocheter's existence. Uh, it's something that has toppled kingdoms. It has caused rifts in families. It is the question of, can you crochet socks? And the answer is not yes or no. It is, should you? And the answer to that is probably not. But it's hilarious because you can crochet socks, but crochet is not the correct thing to do for socks at all. What do you mean? What do you mean? Absolutely not. Crocheting socks is probably fine. Uh, there's sock weight yarn. There are patterns to do like slippers and things. Yeah, no, that is absolutely true. Just because you can does not mean that you should. So, there are people who have found out very quickly that they should not, and other people who have stuck it out and make the argument that yes, no, it's absolutely fine. And what are you doing? What do you mean you can't do that? So, rifts, families, world ending. Oh God, dear God, stand up. Why are you falling? Sorry. So yeah, it's good times. So don't fall into the trap of crocheting socks. But once you get past that, you should be fine. Oh, I have regrets. These are so cute. Look at these little guys. Oh, actually, that nope, that's not gonna work. I'm sitting here trying to figure out how I'm going to paint these and then like make it so that y'all can see. Because right now these are like they're super cute. They're just also right in between my fingers and you can't see anything. Or I can't see anything and then I'm gonna have to set it down and deal with the fact that my fingerprints are going all over it. And this does make me glad that I learned that Sculpey and mica powder and alcohol ink and acrylic paint even can be put together in the oven and bake together. So you can pre-color your Sculpey even if it's not the right color you need at the moment. Green or purple glue inside the cauldron. Ooh, that actually sounds like a nice idea. I might have to do that. Right now it's currently painted black, but we'll call that a primer coat. How about that? But I was trying to figure out what I was going to do about that because part of me was like, maybe it needs like red eyes or something. I was like, no, that can't be good. That won't be good enough. So maybe if I pull out my little miniature brushes, I'll be able to paint inside the eyeballs and the mouth with some green or purple or something. Oof. But they're super cute, and I've got hooks and stuff somewhere, so jump rings and everything, so I put them on, and either just sell them straight as charms or put them on ear hooks or clip-ons or whatever, and they're not necessarily mine. They were left in my possession, give or take. Uh, I've got this cute little guy that I stuck a hole in so it could have some antenna because without the antenna, it's just a little weird blimpy shape with a pointy butt. So I still need to put antenna in this fellow so that he can be his little bumblebee self, fuzzy little bumblebee. But I haven't gotten around to that, and that requires putting together more pieces and steps than I feel like doing right now. So we're having a cozy stream. We're doing a cozy one today. Yeah, just gonna go through and do a little bit of cozy painting and hang out. If I work on my task, is that a bunny? Oh, oh, you can see my bunny. Yeah, little bunny butt. Oh God, so it's a cute little bunny butt. Uh, I have little buns, and I don't know. I might paint this one the same color as my very first bun. Her name was Chelsea. She was the sweetest, angriest woman, uh, and basically ate me out of house and home. You know, as you do. Adorable little butt. Um, but yeah, no. Uh, might do that and immortalize her in clay and paint because I have pictures of her, but I don't have any like keepsakes of her. And she passed before I moved to where I am now, so I miss her. I do not miss these tiny, tiny charms. God help me if I ever say that I'm going to do anything in miniature again because miniatures are awful. And I mean that with every fiber of my being. She was a sweet girl, and I miss her, and I love her. And I've only had 3 buns in my life. 4 buns, 4 buns in my life. My goodness, I've had 4 buns in my life. Every single one of them has been a trip. Uh, and I learned that I was crazy bun lady back in the day, but not super crazy because I figured out my limits very quickly. Um, but I was the kid who didn't learn my lesson. Yeah, math is hard. Math is very difficult. Miniatures are also very difficult. I need some freaking tweezers or something. Past me, you made such good choices. While I'm here, might as well. Let's go ahead and just drop a white coat on this bunny person. Because my Chelsea bun was a white rabbit with lop ears, little brown hearts around her eyes, um, and nice little stripe of black and brown down her back. So she was very sweet, very cute. But yes, math is difficult. Math is for the birds. Miniatures are for the birds. People who know how to deal with miniatures, get at me. do you mean birds aren't real? Oh, okay. Well, you know, I was wondering if it was one of those like absolutely incredibly factual statements like sharks are smooth because yes, sharks are the smoothest. But okay. Uh-huh. Smooth. So smooth. All right. Do I have a bunch of stuff over here by me, including a bunch of jewelry stuff that I still haven't moved from the last time I was doing jewelry stuff. Hey, good job me. Let's see. Sharks are one of my favorites though. No joke. Let's see. I thought these. Oh no, that's not gonna work. But these might. All right. Let's see if this helps me any better. Second coat going on to the cauldrons. If I can. Yes. Yes. I make good choices. By a definition of good choices. Might have to do a dribble down the side of these guys of whatever color the goo is going to be. Be like, oh no. Oh. Oh. All right. Take your time. I'm just going to be talking and filling my time with painting. Uh, so just pretend like I'm hanging out with you and you can go, to be good. I did just realize that one of the coolest things that I could do is something that I can't do unless I had a syringe again. Chat, remind me to get syringes. I need to get syringes, and that way I can get some UV resin and color it, and then I'll just go drip, 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 and have little balls of resin. And I'll put ding, 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 right on top, and it'll be so cute. Maybe. Or no, no. Mistakes. Mistakes were made. Okay. Hopefully that one's gonna be okay. I can always put a third coat on. It'd be fine. But yeah, note to self, might need to get better supplies in future for what I'm doing. Paint that covers in closer to one coat or anything like that. And yeah, it'd be good. Great. That's not a bad little guy. It looks a little metallic, a little shiny. I'm not mad at it. Even if it did launch out of my hand and land on my arm and probably did something to the wall. We're not going to worry about it. Let's see. Do I have like a straight white? I mean, I probably do, but let's see. Because that metallic white is just not covering the way I want it to. Like, it looks fine in camera. But in person, it is so streaky and so bad. Oh, right. I'm reminded why I've been using metallic white. I'm almost out of white. So we'll see how this goes for a while. Need to buy some more. And oh, I can start looking out some greens while I'm thinking about it. Because I do have this pumpkin and this frog fella. Yeah, we'll put a little green out. Because what's the worst that can happen? And if you know what the worst that can happen is, don't tell me. I don't need to know. Let me experiment and go about my business. So what else do I have in here? I'm going to have to whip out the orange because orange. Sap green can come out too. Why not? Sure. Why not? A little bit of this unbleached titanium can go in. Maybe it'll help. Orange. I'll come back to you in a little bit. So we've got 3 different colors of green going. And I think what I'm going to do is mix up this unbleached titanium with the white and the metallic white, and then hopefully it'll come out to a nice pale, bony, opaque color. We'll see how it goes. And now we try this again with these guys. Oh, that's so much better. It's covering much better this time. It might just be the thickness of the paint on my brush. We're not going to think about that part. We're going to pretend like this is great. And that it's doing exactly what we want with no problems. Okay, I prefer this guy. This guy definitely looks like he has more coverage than this guy. These are 2 very different color dudes, especially in person. Getting in all of his little nooks and crannies. As a reminder to anybody watching, at any point, this and anything else that you see will end up on my Etsy shop at some point or another. That is probably where I'm going to be spending maybe the middle part of this week, is adding a bunch of things to my Etsy shop so that I can, you know, sell it. Not that I don't love the things that I make, I do. I just really would like it to be in the hands of other people. And I'm not trying to hike up my prices or anything like that. My prices are the low cost of please take this off of my hands because otherwise it will just sit in my home. And while that's fine and dandy for some, it's not exactly the most helpful for somebody like me who does so much by way of crafting. This bunny butt gets their butt painted underneath. Yeah, no, I needed that. I needed some more color than more pigment than what was in that metallic white. Oh boy. Congratulations on finishing balling your yarn and getting back to crocheting. Sometimes that takes a little effort, you know? Uh, I'm the kind of person who I fixate on a task for a bit and then I stop doing it. While I've been offline, I've been simultaneously dreading and working on a stuffed toy for a friend's baby. I made a little cow, and I've only got a little bit left to do on it. It's just getting myself to do that little bit left is killing me. Yeah, no, I've been every time I look at the little cow friend, I'm just like moo, and I end up calling it a little moo. And I haven't decided whether it's a boy or a girl yet. There are no udders, so it's non-being of sorts. Stuffed toys don't really need any names or anything like that, but if I were to pass it along, I'm somewhere between Maurice or Maureen, and so one day I might put it up on Facebook and be like, "Is this a Maurice or a Maureen?" Right? You can't really go wrong with Maurice or Maureen. Both of them are very delightful names. Mm, not entirely sure what the demon Zell has to. Okay, I'll have to look that up. Oh dear. Oh god, no. Have I let these dry enough? Yeah. Okay. The goo is getting a little white base coat. Rent. I have not seen Rent. But I'll take your word for it. So that's gonna have to dry a little bit. Oh well, while I'm right here, I could just go ahead and start doing that fella. Alright. I've got 3 different greens out here and a couple of little frogs. Oh, let's go ahead and do a little base coat on the eyes. I'm going to regret this later because I'm going to have to be so precise later. These are some little frog pals. Very much a karabi type. I'm definitely going to have to get some more paint. It's a whole bunch of colors I don't really use, and then the colors I use a lot. Yeah. Here's where little frog. I am gonna have to do a poll though on Facebook or something. Let's see which one wins of Maurice or Maroon. Because, you know. Oh, that's a very neon looking kind of green. Ooh. Like it's gonna have to take a little bit of extra time. So here we go. Got a little cauldron fella with a little green in him. And I'll just go through and do a couple of coats of greens. Probably bring it back up to this neon-y color later, but just try and see if I can get some color laid so it looks intentional as opposed to streaky. I'm also beginning to see the benefit in, I've seen people talk about like the handy hands, so like little alligator clips that are on the ends of little flexible whatevers, or even freaking pliers that work in the opposite way so that you don't have to hold them, you have to like push them apart in order to get them to be what you're looking for. And I kind of wish I had some of those right now, because I feel like I'm going to be clenching the heck out of my hand. And, you know, it'll be fine. Oh, this guy is so cute. I love him already. He's just going to need a second coat. Look at him. Ah. Go ahead and give him a squeeze. And we'll go ahead and do a dabby dab and a dabby dab and mix mix. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back in with another little bit of white to try and cover up where I am not precise. Because you know, sometimes you do your best to be precise, and it just falls away from you because you've got shaky hands or whatever. Because that's me. I got shaky hands. Especially when I get down into fine detail work, it just turns into a complete mishmash. And of course, try to be so careful. Ah! You try to be so careful, and then you just suddenly lose your grip. And then what can you do? Except just accept that you've lost your grip and start again. But he's also so cute. Oh my goodness, I love these guys. If given the chance, like, absolutely, folks should make little tiny things that give you serotonin. All right, come. You know what? While I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and do a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Come over here. Definitely a little more of that. Very foresty green. Got little pumpkins right here. Love ourselves a gourd. And I'm going to just go ahead and give this a quick paint. And then I'm also going to come down a little bit because, you know, the more natural things look, right? I'm going to go over this with orange. The orange is going to be a little bit transparent. And so I have a feeling that down in some of these pumpkin ridges, it'll be a good idea. Pumpkin 1 done. Pumpkin 2. These are such cute pumpkins too. Like, one day I'm going to learn how to do a bunch of artistic things and not be like a hot mess about it. But until that time, we're just gonna accept that I am a little bit messy and call it rustic. Definitely on purpose, right? Hmm. Nah, I'm not gonna do there. There we go. Got a couple of little pumpkins done. And now we go back to our cauldrons. Yeah. These just roll around so much. Stop rolling away from me. Now that we've gone a little bit darker in here, I should be able to throw a couple of highlighty bubbles. Whew. So yeah, the difference between Cauldron 1 and Cauldron 2. So just got to go through and get Cauldron 1. Cauldron 1's goop a little bit darker. And the plus side is it is coming over the edge a little bit, so not just in the middle. It looks like it belongs there. Okay. All right. While I'm thinking about it, let me go ahead and grab out. I'm gonna pull out one of these very thin, very small miniature painting brushes because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need something like it to do what I want, which is go into the little eyes and make it look like I planned it. Look at that brush. That's little. Let me grab this ghosty fellow, which should be. Ah! Oh, God, my shoulder. Ow. My poor shoulder. With the 1, 2. Give it a spin. Not quite dry enough, I don't think, but we will give it a good go. Not quite right, but better. I have to come back over the front of this with some white. Make it do. Because, boy, oh boy. Those bristles. They're getting a little bit out there. So, keep a good dabby dab. Same with this side. Dab dab. There we go. That one's a little bit better. First one was a little messy. while I'm thinking about it, go ahead and do the eyes on this guy. Do some touch-up work. Oof, not that yet. This guy. No, oops. A little bit of that, a bit of that. Acrylic paints dry out so fast. You know? Real hard to get everything. But at least this time I've got fine detail brush. And we fix some painting mishaps. Like where I missed a hole. Little frog fella. Yeah, I can't see anything. I have to bring myself down to here. There we go. Just fixing a little bit of the mist green. I think I'll have to let this dry a little bit longer. Get this guy a little bit better. It's not dry brushing necessarily, but it is trying to cover up the mistake of where some black just sort of oozed out. That shouldn't have been there. Okay. I'm feeling kind of proud of these. It's turned out better than I expected. Also worse, but better. So I'll take what I can get. While I'm thinking about this, I'll go ahead and probably give the green eyes to the cauldron. Nope, that didn't go right. There we go. Can you see his little green face? Boy. Little green face. Looks like a little bowling ball. Go ahead and get this other one's eyes and mouth done. He's so cute. Go up. With a little goo spilling out. I think that one should be okay. I'll come back in here with a bit of this metallic green over here. It's a little bit darker. It's transparent as well, so you know. But throw in a few little splotchy splotches of the lighter color green. Yeah, this kid is so cute. Look at it. This one is spilling over in the back. So I've got my little ghosty pals done. My little cauldron pals. I need to fix the whites on the eyes of these frog friends. Yeah. Just trying to tidy up the white eyes of these frog pals. Fix where I am a hot mess. And I'll go in with a little bit of black in the center of the eyes. Make them pop. Probably. Acrylic paint. Why do you dry out so fast? Maybe you can answer that for me, Chad. Why does acrylic paint dry out so fast? And like, I'm not complaining about that in general, because like, it drying fast is the reason why I enjoy it. But also, all right. Now, while I'm thinking about it, I need to whip out a little bit of black, not the metallic black, but actual black. Well, could just re-up the metallic black a little bit, I guess. We don't need much black. I need the smallest amount of black. And then I need some brown. I have brown. I have burnt umber. And I have burnt sienna. Why is deep magenta looking brown down here? Deep red looks brown as well. Goodness. Copper. Bronze. There we go. There's a burnt sienna. Ultramarine. Sorry. Didn't mean to bust anybody's ears if that's what's happening. Okay, good. There's a little squidge of browns, because oof. Burnt umber is so split. I really should have done something about that. Oh well. Give burnt sienna a little bit of squidge too. Again, just bare squidge. And clear these off a little bit, because after this, it's just gonna be the oranges. And then I gotta decide what I'm gonna do about that snail. Alright. Chat, do you know what I'm doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm making plans about doing things, and I'm like, wait a second, what was I in the middle of? Okay. So, let me see if I can bring up an image of my Chelsea bun. Let's go to Instagram. Instagram has stuff. Let's scroll on back to my lady butt, my original lady bun. She really was a sweet rabbit. I miss her. Oh god, you can't see anything. Let's see. What if I turn my brightness down? Is that better? Yeah. Look at that girl. Yeah. So that was my original baby, with her little hearts on her eyes and her gray brown ears and stripe down her back. Do I have a picture of the stripe down her back? Do 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 do. Oh god, look at that young woman. And me. Pay no attention to the me part of that. Let's see. my lady go. There you go, and a little bit of her stripe. She's a good girl. She was a good girl. So, here we go. I'm gonna let this video keep playing a little bit while I take my glasses off because I can't half see. It's dark in here. And do a little bit of wish I could zoom in so y'all can see this better, but stripe down her back. Do a little bit more black in it. Couple of tack specks on her haunch. And alright, I'm gonna need to get the light back out because that's not gonna work. But let me think about this for a second. Ta-da! Little frog pal. Come here, little frog pal. Other little frog pal. And I said I needed a little bit more light. This is fine. Feel free to support your local art crafter hot mess that is me. Etsy.com. Look for Discursive. The shop is Discursive Designs. You can also find me on Coffee, Facebook, Patreon. Not Patreon yet, but that's an eventually. A little brown. A little black. Colors. This is gonna be ear color. Black goes a very long way. White does not. Let's try and warm that up a little bit. A bit more. Too warm. Alright. This put the spots again on the notch. Just going a little bit there. There. Let's open my phone back up and make sure I got everything. Oh, she got some spots across her head too. Put a brown at the base of her neck. And let's see. Other pictures of this woman were she was such a grumpy butt. I loved her dearly. In memoriam for my sweet little Chelsea butt. Gonna have to go back there and make sure of some things. Yeah, definitely had brown back of her neck. Like, but you have to ask yourself, could you really get mad at that face? Could you really? Look at that woman. Looking at you like, why? Alright. But as with the rest of them, got a little bit of white out here. I need to add a little bit more actual white to it, I think, because that is too creamy dark. But go through here, do a little bit of this, because that makes sense. And set it down for a second. A little bit of white. There we go. That's slightly better. And now just gonna touch up some of these areas that needed touching up. Miniatures. I don't think I will ever understand people who enjoy miniature painting or making them. Like, I'm sure it's fine. But for me, I don't think I'll ever be able to be super into it. Which is a shame because it's not something I dislike. It's something I enjoy. It's just also difficult. But we don't do things because they're easy, we do things because they're interesting and difficult. Right? If we only did things that were easy, we'd have a terrible time. We'd never be happy. Oh, I love this bun so much. This turned out better than I expected. Well, I'll be. While we wait for this bun to dry her little paws, did you know that buns have like real feet and toes? They don't have paw pads. If you didn't know that, now you know. Oof. Oh well, we've crossed over into about an hour and a half. Um, if you're still with me, congratulations on making it this far. Um, you'll be happy to know that I will absolutely be struggling to paint these later with some satin varnish. Uh, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm just taking a moment to breathe before I put out some orange and some vermilion and figure out how I'm going to paint this pumpkin. Pumpkins. No idea yet how I'm going to paint the snail. But it seemed like a good idea at the time. Today brought to you by mixed fruit homemade cider. Made with spicy honey and treacle and more honey and plums and apples and whatever else I had in the fridge at the time. I no longer remember. It's been cold crashing in the fridge for several months, so while it's still fermenting, technically, a little bit, it's not still fermenting. But it did go from being a very spicy brew to reasonable. I wonder if I put cinnamon sticks in it or not. I don't remember. Alright, so I got these two little pumpkin friends. Stems look good. So we have ourselves a little vermilion, which is very deep, which is good because orange never shows up properly. It is always just a little bit transparent. So between the two of these, we should make something happen. And again, I'm hoping that what'll happen is with the stem being already painted and me having painted down a little bit, it'll be like a little bit transparent on the green and make it look like real organic and stuff. So far, the answer is not quite. I'm going to take a couple coats. But that's okay. Get into the nooks and crannies there. So we'll go through with a couple coats and see if we can make these look nifty. So far, so good. I don't have any complaints. Yeah. We'll get the orange to come all the way up to the stem for this first round, and then I'll ease it down and let it be further down, further down, further down. So far, so good, though. Oh, no, I don't think I have any complaints. I will say, one of my favorite things about art in general is no one knows what it's supposed to look like except you. So if you make a mistake, nobody's going to know. It'll be a secret between you and however many people pay attention to your old videos on Twitch. But yeah, no one's gonna see your mistakes. And you can sit there and go, no, it didn't turn out the way I wanted, and no one will ever know because whatever they got is exactly how they expected it to turn out. Mm, pumpkin. For anybody worried, I do also have butter. Just gonna do my thing. I hope if anybody who is watching has not eaten yet, they do eat a meal because that would be a good thing for anyone who is, especially on my time scale. It is 7:30 at night, which means it's about time for dinner. If you're like me and having a drink or something, make sure you have food in your system. I do actually have food in my system. I had a snack before I came on. Protein and carbohydrates. So I'm behaving and being a good human. But, don't want anybody to get super messed up. Must be hydrated. Must eat properly. Or at least do the best you can. I have no idea what I'm going to paint that snail. That snail is going to be the bane of my existence because I'm just going to be like, oh, what color are snails? Uh, so much for my. I'm gonna have to plug in my phone as well because my phone is starting to get. Hmm. Well, could do that. Sure. Using colors I already have. We have ourselves an interesting snail here. Not that this is supposed to be anatomically correct snail or anything, but let's give it a shot and see how it goes while I'm waiting for the pumpkins to dry a little bit. All right, so we have ourselves some brown and burnt umber over here, and some black. I'll go ahead and just give it a good wash all over this show. Let's see. And we'll have some black right here. Oh, with just the lightest touch of white. Sure. And some brown. Because yes. The snail was one of my early forays into doing things with Sculpey. I have done other things with Sculpey and they have all been terrible. I do not suggest it. Yeah, I'm going to the wire too. I'm not sure. Why not? Oh no. There. Well, now that I've got a grip on it. While I'm thinking about it, go ahead and hit the butt. Ooh. There we go. Snail body done. Snail shell is on layer 1. Decent snail. Not complaining. And now we go back to the pumpkins. Yeah. They look to be ready for another layer. I'm actually kind of proud of these. I'm going to have to go through with some dots of like yellow and bright orange, I think, to make them look a little bit more nubbly. But maybe I should do that with UV resin. See, I keep going and being like UV resin, and then I'm like, I would have to go and get the UV resin. And I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put a little yellow in this, I think. Which also has the same problem. And that yellow is very transparent too. Man. Oof. Alright, so let's see, what else can we do here? Okay, that's probably good on the pumpkin for now. Look at that pumpkin. Do I think I got all of this on? Yeah, almost. Just gotta pick up this little edge right here and here on her cheek. Just a little bit more on the feet because feet keep losing color for some reason. Bun can go right there because she's done. Those guys are all done. I think I'm done with this miniature brush for now. What did I do with it? There I did. Uh, while I'm waiting for this snail to dry a little bit more and these pumpkins to dry, I'm gonna go on break for a second. Be right back, everybody. with everyone hydrated, everybody coming back reasonably healthy and stuff. I'm gonna use just a little pencil tip and toss some Naples yellow dots around some of these parts of the pumpkin. Make them organic, you know? Very heirloom pumpkin. What do we think? Oof. Lord, I hate this. Yeah, I think that looks decent. Just a few dots. Let me see if I can throw some orange in there too. With dots. Yeah, that'll do good things. Just gives a little variety. Organic pumpkin nonsense. Mm, 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 mm. Throw some orange dots in as well. There we go. Some nice little dots on the pumpkin. And that way they look like, you know, organic pumpkin. Alright, so now to figure out how to deal with this guy. And pull this back up. What do we think so far? I'm not a fan, really. But we'll see what happens. I need a little more black, I think. I'm tossing a little brilliant red too, why not? Like the barest. Barest little squidge. Mm-hmm. Trying to like give this vaguely volcano snail looking colors. I don't know. Just doing my best, I think. So we'll go back in and do us a little bit more painting of the snail body. Because we do that, that differentiates the shell, and then I can go back there with some red and a liner brush probably. And give it some little nubbins, and I'll probably do the same thing with the pencil that I did with the pumpkins, but clamp the wires a little bit. Yeah, paint myself, paint the snail butt. The snail is at least interesting. That's good, right? Sure to be fine. World's got the snail. Let it lay there for a minute while I. Ah. Thanks everybody for sticking around with me. I've been having a little bit of fun with this. Can't complain. Can't complain. This did take a little bit longer than I was expecting, so I'm not entirely sure I'll be able to flip out a canvas today, but we'll see what happens. Especially considering I'm just, vibing. I do have actual work I probably should think about. Not necessities, but alright, let's look up. Like, that snail is decent snail. I don't have a problem with that one. But tell me you wouldn't love that one. It's kind of a beast. So I figure I'll go through and draw just a few little red lines on it and give you a feeling of a volcano snail. Yeah. This camera doesn't like to focus. That's fine. But I said liner brush, which is what I'm going to do. Let's get rid of these paintbrushes. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go full on and do canvases today just because my spine is starting to hate me. And I do have some crochet I need to finish that it's not the crochet itself that needs doing, it's cutting and adding some felt as nose bits and eyes. If you want to see that, I strongly suggest following me on Instagram. Ambrose Variety is the name. Or you can look me up on Facebook, Discursive Designs. I will likely be sharing some pictures or something there. So, a couple options. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, I like him. I like him. But here we go. Put those out of the way, and I gotta whip out the miniature brushes again anyway, even though I didn't want to. Cool. Let's see. What do I have as far as a line brush goes? That one will work. It's a rigger brush, whatever that means. So much brush. We'll just go through and add a little bit of, just gonna add a little bit of color to the body. I'll probably come in with the Naples yellow and highlight the undertone, because that seems like a good idea. And I do have to draw a line at some point, because I have fries in the oven for me. Because I did eat, I had a snack, but I'm kind of hungry. So, you know, we'll do what we can. Well, we can. And then be good. This snail has racing stripes. Look at him. I'll just come here a little bit with, oof, careful. I hope that whatever project you're working on is going well for you. I'd love to hear from you and see how your projects are doing. Don't be afraid to drop me a line. That'd be great. I'm feeling better about this guy already. Like, I was feeling some kind of way. Now it's, no, now I'm okay about it. All right, folks. There we go. I'm calling it done right here with a little snail pal. Gonna dry off a little bit. Well, I said I'm calling it done, but ah, no, his face. His poor beautiful face. Let this be a lesson to you kids. Just when you say you're done, you're not. Oh, this is messy. Oh, why are you so messy? Take the wires again. Put that up, put that. Just blacken him up a little bit in the front because that was a little bit. There we go. Okay. Now he's done. And I'm putting him down. All right, folks. This has been a pleasure, I must say. Thank you so much for joining me. I am going to do my very best to join you again on Thursday morning, as per usual. And depending on the way things go and how I feel and the weather and busyness and things like that, I will be back again either Wednesday night for a cozy gaming stream or Friday night for a cozy gaming stream. Let's see. I don't know who you are. Okay. I don't know who you are, and I'm glad. I deleted a weird weird comment. I don't know who they are, and I don't want any kind of special way to get viewers or anything like that. Just, you know, natural is the way I plan to go about things. Fingers crossed some folks find me and like me. But yeah. You should be able to find me either Wednesday nights or Friday nights here. Doing a lovely cozy gaming stream. As soon as I figure out how to hook my Xbox up so that it's no lag. Uh and you know, any of the items that you've seen or see, i.e., any of these charms I've got here, or these guys, which I've made, but still need to make chains for, or put them up for sale or something. You know, the usual. Those things are also on the list. But you know where you can find me, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for joining. Bye.